Good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Hill. Welcome to my virtual classroom. Most of our work for science is being done right now through Canvas and Amplify. So, the students in 8th grade are working on natural selection, and then 7th grade, they're working on populations and resources. Those are the two grade levels I teach. 6th grade is doing ocean, atmosphere, and climate. And so what we've done is we've built these Canvas modules, and the students will be going through these modules to complete the Amplify curriculum. So we've had to adapt our Amplify platform that they would normally go through here. But as students go through this in an actual class, there's a lot of videos like this that I would be showing them, or slides or background information. And so what we've done is we've created videos, instructional videos on YouTube to go along with the Amplify curriculum. So for example, if a student was going to complete this activity, they would watch this YouTube video that we made, and then in Amplify, they would go to that lesson, which was lesson 1.2, activity 2. They'd follow along with the video, prompted to pause, and come into Amplify and work on it. So we're essentially doing the same thing that we would do in class, except there's not as much discussions going on, and then all the live interactions, and then there's some adaptations because we have science curriculum materials, and so instead of doing those in class together, we're making videos of us doing them as demonstrations. So we're trying to make it work as best as possible. Some other things that I have in my Canvas course are some COVID-19 podcasts. I know everyone's probably sick and tired of hearing about this, but I've put some podcasts that I listen to on here for my students, in case they wanted to hear from. This is the one that I've linked, is a medical doctor named Peter Attia, and then from the CDC. So if they wanted to get some science-based information, they could go to these podcasts. And then the guy does a podcast with his daughter, and his daughter, I think's in 9th or 10th grade, but anyway, she basically interviews him, and he's a medical doctor and has like a research team through his podcast. And so she asks him a bunch of questions that kids are thinking about, and so it's pretty good. I think it should be podcast for non-science friendly people, but anyways, it's called Podcast for Kids. It gives the basics, so you might be interested in that. It's Peter Attia, is his name. So if you don't have, you can just Google that if you're interested. All right, so back to my module. So I have some links for that, and then we have a bunch of optional science activities for students to do, if they're interested in doing things that are more hands-on, if they happen to have some materials at home. So we put in a bunch of activities in case they're getting bored at home, and then I also threw in another podcast on sleep. And all right, so what we're going to do now is show you what we're learning in natural selection. So every unit is based on a phenomenon, and then the whole point of all the Amplify units is for the students to be able to explain the phenomenon. So in this unit, they are trying to figure out the mystery of the poisonous newts. So I'm going to go to 1.2, and we'll watch the video together of what they're trying to figure out.
John?
Over here.
Finally, it's down here.
And you're sure this time?
Hurry up, take a picture before it gets away. What did I tell you? A poisonous newt.
This doesn't prove anything. It doesn't even look poisonous.
But I read about this guy that died from eating one, and this looks just like it. His friends dared.
That's horrible, but I doubt this is the same kind.
Let's go back and ask those rangers if you don't believe me.
Alright. Race you.
Seriously?
Whoa, is everything okay, guys?
There aren't any poisonous newts in this park, are there?
What? We just found one, and we took a picture. Show her.
Yep, that's a rough-skinned newt, and they are poisonous.
Well, poisonous to bugs, maybe, but he's trying to tell me that these are the type that can kill people. Is that true?
Rough-skinned newts have dangerous poison all over their skin, and it is true people have died from eating them.
See, I told you. I read about a guy that ate a rough-skinned newt, and he was all dizzy, and his body went fully numb, and he was dead in 20 minutes.
Unfortunately, that really happened.
We were just a couple feet away from one. We're lucky to be alive.
Oh, you weren't in any real danger. Rough-skinned newts are very shy. Just don't bother them, and they won't bother you.
So, are you like a newt expert?
Well, sort of. I'm a wildlife biologist here at the park, and we're researching the rough-skinned newts.
Why are they so poisonous?
A lot of visitors have the same question, and so far we have some interesting clues. We know that the newt population has changed over time. There are more individuals with very high levels of poison now than there were in the past.
These newts have gotten more poisonous over time?
That's right.
I wonder how they got so poisonous.
Excellent question. That's one of the things we're trying to find out. Actually, if you guys don't mind, could you show me where you found that newt?
Yeah.
Sure. Why do you want to see the place?
So I can mark it on our map and we can return there to make observations.
Cool.
So that's the unit phenomenon for the 8th grade. And so this is my wall that I have for my virtual classroom where I would show the unit phenomenon and the unit question, chapter question, etc. as we go through unit. So the whole point of that unit is to figure out why the newt population in Oregon State Park has become more poisonous over time. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you enjoyed my virtual classroom.